Hello, madam. Rupali, madam.
Hello, good morning. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello.
Rupali, madam. Acha, so Akanksha, you are taking it further?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, please start.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So, good afternoon, everybody. Institutions Innovation Council is association with Ajuran Club of Information Technology Department has organized this session, Process of Innovation Development and Technology Readiness Level. So, I welcome respected HOD ma'am, respected teachers, and my fellow mates in this session. I especially welcome our today's speaker, Dr. Tilok Kumar Jain. Let me tell you about Mr. Tilok Kumar Jain. He was a professor, HOD, and founder convener of Entrepreneurship Cell of Manipal University, Jaipur. Currently, he is a director at SDV University, Jaipur, where he focuses on ecosystem for innovation and entrepreneurship. He was a principal, a founder director, and of SDV University. Besides this, he has mentored many startups like Curio Healthcare, Palette Technologies Limited, etc. He is a member of many incubation centers as well. He works as a member of board of management at various organizations or associations such as Bikaner Vikas Samiti, World Education, Career Entertainment and Tourism Summit, and many more. We all must be proud as Sir is the first person in India to carry out doctoral level research on social entrepreneurs using grounded theory, participant observation, and quantitative research. He has studied over 10 Padma Award recipients in India, organized many impacting international and national conferences, workshops, trainings, programs, and many more. I request Suresh Mathur to please mute your audio.
I think the admin can mute him.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah. I would continue. Sir has published many research papers, articles, books, and even he edited many books. I mean, he guided many research projects and campaigns. And one of the best examples is the National Voters Awareness Campaign. We are definitely very, very lucky to have such a personality as a speaker today. And on this note, on behalf of everyone, I welcome you, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
My video is not running because it says the host has disabled it. So
yeah,
if you will enable it,
yes,
then it will work.
Please make Dr. Jain sir the co-host.
Yes, sir. Can you check, sir? Jain, sir?
Yes, I think now the video will be starting. I am trying. But anyway, by the time it starts, no problem. And since I am audible, I would like to start speaking. And my journey in the field of innovation and entrepreneurship has been through social development institutions. I have always worked on social development institutions, those institutions which have really focused on transformation of society. For me, entrepreneurship has been more of social entrepreneurship because social entrepreneurship is primarily aimed at development of society, transformation of society, and introduction of values and practices which can help in transformation of the society. We have always witnessed that social transformation is an important agenda for every one of us, but it doesn't happen so easily. technologies are not easily adopted and absorbed by people very fast. And therefore, all these are always burning issues, right? Uh, at this juncture, it is very important for us that we should all strive to promote social harmony, social cohesion, development of change, readiness, enable people to adopt and absorb change. Here, I am going to discuss with you some of the case studies which have tried to introduce new technologies and introduce those new technologies for the benefit of the society. As I discussed with you in the beginning, the society is not always ready to understand, absorb, and take up change. Change readiness is not always there, but if people are ready to adopt change, to absorb change, this is going to help the entire society at large. And these are the issues that we are going to discuss. Technology readiness and societal readiness, both of these things go together. Technology gets mature over a period of time, and society also gets ready to absorb new technology, to use that technology for its development and things like that. I'll share with you some of these examples here before you. Barefoot College. Barefoot College is an innovative attempt to spread technology and make people use technology. Now, in Barefoot College, you'll find almost illiterate ladies working in spreading education about solar technology. Now, these ladies understand the technology firsthand, they use that technology, and they transfer this technology to others. Now, we may think that it is difficult, but it is not difficult. These people are doing it so well, and the participants there, they are able to understand this technology. They are from all over the world. They come from Africa, they come from other countries. They learn these training programs, they participate in these training programs. They learn these technologies, and thereafter they go and transfer these technologies in their villages, in their cities. And in this way, the solar technology is popularized through involvement of women. This is a great initiative. And the most important thing for us to understand is that the technology here is used by common people for the benefit of the common people, and common people are trying to master the technology, demonstrate it, use it, and make it popular among everyone. This is how technology is coming for the common people's benefit through involvement of the common people. Second example I have before me is that of Awaj. Now they are using technology for women empowerment. They are trying to support those women who face any kind of difficulty, any kind of violence, any kind of family violence, any kind of family disturbance. If any lady is beaten by her relatives or not properly treated, she can immediately connect with Awaj. Awaj gives support and trains her, empowers her, enables her to be on her own. It is technology which is used in all these processes. How the women is able to connect with Awaj, how the women is able to get involved in Awaj project, then taking training, then learning, and then be a part of the change and development process. Then a third example that I'm willing to discuss with you here is that of Seva. Now, Seva is using its expertise, the expertise of the women. Women are already, every woman is already having some skills. Even if that woman is illiterate, she is having a lot of skills in her hands. Now, these skills are unexplored, unused. Seva is able to organize them, empower them, support them, and enable them to become entrepreneur. Enable them to organize themselves, enable them to use this technology to become economically self-reliant. these women become self-dependent, self-empowered, and this is how this technology is helping them in becoming self-empowered women. Another example I'm giving here is that of Jaipur rugs. Jaipur rugs is a story of artisans, those people who are weaving carpets. Now, carpet weavers are here treated with very high dignity, very high respect. Not only that, these carpet weavers are encouraged to design carpets of their own dreams. Jaipur Rugs has given them a new category, Manchaha. And these carpets are displayed in international exhibitions of arts and designs, and they have won many international awards. Now, when these awards come, the artists are felicitated, they are given recognition. The artists who prepared Manchaha designs, they are given international recognition. Now, these ordinary artists who are weavers, who are preparing carpets, who are involved in carpet designing, carpet printing, carpet preparation, these artists are today recognized and appreciated at international level as international artists, and their designs are displayed on Jaipur Rugs website as Manchaha designs. This is a great recognition of small artisans, and all these transition is possible through using technology for people development, using technology for empowering people, using technology for enabling people to grow, to become master of our own destiny. And this is something that is what we want. Technology must be simplified. Technology must be human-centered, right? One more example I was mentioning here, that was Amalda Organics. Amalda Organics is using women for agriculture transformation in India. Women are trained in modern agriculture through videos, through latest technologies, and these women are now able to understand how to use latest agricultural tools, latest agricultural methods. They are using these tools for developing and cultivating agricultural products. Many agricultural innovations are being undertaken by women. For example, cultivation of mushroom, and the income passes through again back to the women who are able to absorb and use these latest technologies. What are the issues that we observe in all these cases? There is some initial resistance in adopting technology, in understanding technology, in how to try out this technology, and that these issues are important. The first step always is a vision. The entrepreneur who is coming forward to transform the society comes with an idea. That is the beginning, the first step. I give here the example of Curio. Curio Healthcare was a startup by one of my students. He had an idea. Why not use apps for giving medical treatment, emergency treatment, guidance, emergency healthcare guidance to the people? This was an initial idea. This is the first level. The group of the students, they started brainstorming it. They started working on it. That was of 2014. Until that time, technology using apps was not very popular in India. So they had to really figure out how to do marketing of it, how to popularize this, how to use this technology. So they started working upon it. So the next TRL starts, that is TRL2, TRL3, and then using and trying a prototype, developing a prototype, bringing the prototype to market, using it in the existing environment, trying it out, looking at the acceptance of the people, looking at absorption of the people. At that time, I'm talking about 2014, 15, 16 period, Curio faced a lot of difficulty in absorption of its technology, in acceptance of its technology, and ultimately Curio had to drop its wonderful project because at the level of technology, it was fine, but social acceptance was not coming. people's willingness to adopt the new technology was not coming. After COVID period, this has become very popular, but Curio had started in 2014. At that time, the level of acceptance for app-based healthcare, app-based medical diagnostic was not forthcoming. And ultimately, as a startup, Curio had to stop because in terms of technology, they were able to develop the right technology, but they were not able to get the right kind of support, the right kind of social readiness, the right kind of absorption, the right kind of social environment. So all these things play a very important role. When you are developing a new technology, you have to look into the society, the readiness of the society to accept the technology, the willingness of the society to adopt the new technology. So all these things are very important at that stage. If Curio had started maybe after Corona, Curio would have been tremendously successful because now the people's readiness for app-based healthcare diagnostics has increased, and people are willing to adopt these kinds of technology. They are willing to pay for these kinds of technologies. So Curio would have become a self-sustaining startup in today's context. But I giving you the example of Curio also because I just wanted to show you how resistance can bring down the success of a great social venture. Curio was a great social venture, but it failed. It failed because it was not able to penetrate the barriers, the resistance of the people. But as against this, we find in case of Barefoot College or in case of many other initiatives, we find that the technology has been accepted by people, adopted by people, demonstrated by people, and really the technology has become part of their day-to-day life. When people are able to implement, adopt, and absorb the technology in their day-to-day life, the goal of the social entrepreneur is achieved. The social entrepreneur wanted to achieve those objectives, those goals have been achieved. Ajit Foundation used Tanga for making people connect, for Tanga for spreading literacy, library movement. A mobile Tanga was used. A mobile Tanga would rotate in the entire city, right? And people would throng around that Tanga. They would pick up the books, they would pick up the newspapers, they would pick up magazines, they'll start discussing about it, and they'll slowly and slowly organize themselves into a community. That was the objective of the foundation, and it was very successful in its initiative. It used an old technology's adaptation. I would call it innovation, right? Tanga is not a new thing. It is used already, but using Tanga for spreading library movement, using Tanga for creating a mobile library was done for the first time. So that is what I would call as innovation. So using Tanga, Ajit Foundation was able to create reading habits, library, a mobile library, a community organization, right? That was done, and that was very well adopted by people, accepted by people, absorbed by people, and that is how Ajit Foundation was able to start 14 community libraries in Bikaner city, wherein people started reading books, reading magazines, and started organizing themselves, started community development initiatives. All these things, which were the goals of Ajit Foundation for social development, those goals were achieved. Now, in that case, the technology was very well accepted, adopted, absorbed by people. There was no resistance because the technology was old. It was slightly adopted. It was an innovation. When the technology is not very different, it is easy to absorb that technology easily, and people are able to use that technology in their everyday life, which is the ultimate goal of a social entrepreneur. So the ultimate goal of a social entrepreneur is using the technology for social development and adoption in masses. Everybody should be able to adopt and absorb the technology. So mass absorption of the technology for social good, for social benefit, for empowerment of the people. That is the ultimate goal of a social entrepreneur. And these case studies reflect those points which I wanted to discuss with you. So technology has to be used for social cause. Technology has to be adopted by people, absorbed by people, and appreciated by people. So can I move to next slide, please? Yes. The lessons that I want to drive here based on our discussion is that the social entrepreneurs would succeed if they are able to simplify technology. If technology is made simple, if the technology is broken down to make it simple and usable by everyone, that will easily enable mass adoption, mass absorption, and it will enable people to use the latest technology. Here I'm giving the Amalda Organic Food. What Amalda Organic Food has done, that they have tried to train village women the latest technologies in the field of agriculture. Entrepreneur has done here is that she prepared small videos, shared those videos with women who were able to see that video. Through those videos, the women were able to understand how to use latest tools and techniques in agriculture. And in these ways, Amalda Organics was able to transform, train women in the field of modern agriculture. I gave you the example of Ajit Foundation. They used Tanga. Tanga is an old technology, but they adapted it. Tanga was used as a mobile library. It was a very successful initiative. Rather than polluting vehicle, they used Tanga. And in Tanga, it was a beautifully designed Tanga in which books, magazines, journals were put, and the Tanga would come, move from one mohalla to another, and in every mohalla, people will throng. Girls will throng, boys will come, and they will take books from the Tanga, start reading them, discussing about them. They will sit there and start community development activity. This was a great initiative. It succeeded, and through this initiative later on, Ajit Foundation was able to create 14 community development groups, and that was a great initiative. Then Lokayan used social media. They started Rajasthan Kabir Yatra, wherein they used folk artists who were not otherwise able to sustain themselves. These folk artists were able to present their art through Rajasthan Kabir Yatra. They started singing the folk dance that they had been singing for generations. Now here social media was used very beautifully without spending a single penny. Lokayan used social media, whereby these Rajasthan Kabir Yatra became so popular. Today, everyone in this country knows about Rajasthan Kabir Yatra, and people love to listen the folk music of the great artists who were otherwise ignored, right? Then I have given here the example of Ajit Foundation of Village School Development. Ajit Foundation developed a new software through which a village could identify the pond size, the pond depth, the pond's dimension, and ensure that the pond is able to support this village for next 1 year or 2 years. This would help in rainwater harvesting. This was a new technology. So first it was conceptualized by Dr. Vikram Vyas. Then a lot of discussion was done. Then Vikram Vyas developed a software, demonstrated that, presented that software for pilot testing on its website. A lot of people downloaded it and tried it, practiced it, gave their feedback. Their feedback was positive. That feedback helped in development of this software again. And this software was slowly adopted and absorbed by people from all over the world. A lot of downloads were taken place. A lot of villagers started preparing their pond using that software. And rainwater harvesting model was developed. So it was a great way how technology was developed and how it was popularized among people. This entire journey can be summarized in the form of TRN, which we will just discuss. Then Curio Healthcare, I gave you the example. Now let us look at the societal readiness. The readiness of the society to understand technology, absorb technology, use that technology is very important, key. In case of Curio Healthcare, I gave you the example that the society at that time in 2015 was not ready to adopt app-based healthcare diagnostic, app-based healthcare checkup and all those things. And therefore, Curio could not succeed in attaining market sustainability. But if Curio had been launched after COVID, Curio would have been tremendously successful in the present day context. So a very important aspect is how much is the society willing to adopt, pay the new technology, ready to pay for the new technology, ready to use the technology, switch over to this new technology. All these are very important. Is the society able to understand the pains? Is the society able to appreciate the vision that the social entrepreneur has? Is the society really able to understand the philosophy, the rationale behind the technology? All these things are very important. If society readiness is good, if the society is willing to adopt it, absorb it, then both the things go together and then these things can succeed. Well, in case of Ajit Foundation, they introduced Tanga for mobile library. It was very well appreciated at that time. It became very popular, but it could not remain sustainable. It could not be replicated in other parts of the world because this technology belonged to a little bit old period. Young generation distanced away a little bit. They easily adopted Facebook, they easily adopted WhatsApp, but they did not adopt and sustain the Tanga movement, the Tanga use of Tanga for mobile library purpose. Unless youth adopts, unless youth participate, things cannot become sustainable. So great initiative, great movement did not sustain for a long period of time. But such movement should be actually adopted and implemented, and youth should give them support. So what should we do? We have to add little flavor of modern technology, because then only youth easily adopts and absorbs. But again, there is a level at which youth are willing to accept. If you will introduce very new technology, probably youth will also not accept that also. So the technology transition goes slightly step by step, slightly step by step, because we are habitual of moving one step ahead at a time. We are not habitual of jumping for, like, for example, Curio wanted at that time to make a big jump. Curio introduced app-based healthcare checkup, which even youth did not adopt at the 2014-15. Youth did not adopt it, and it was not able to become self-sustaining, and ultimately it had to be stopped. So to level of how do you make it any technology and available with the people, how do you work on social readiness? First, you have to create awareness. Then you have to enable people to try out. Then you have to enable people to spread the technology with other people, and then enable people to own the technology, to use the technology for their benefit, to use the technology for others' benefit, and then enable people to share with their happiness, so that more and more people are able to take benefit of these technologies. And if people are really happy, they are satisfied, then the next question is, people should be able to pay, people should be able to contribute to it, so that that movement becomes a self-sustaining movement. Otherwise, that movement will wither away. If people do not pay, a great social movement, even if it is a great idea, great initiative, it will ultimately wither away. People should be willing to pay for it some amount, so that this is replicated, this is a spread, more and more people are able to adopt it. We have not been able to do it in many cases. For example, Tanga mobile library, very good initiative, but it was not replicated. We have not been able to replicate in other parts of our country. Similarly, Curio, great initiative. Youth did not adopt at that time. They were not willing to pay for it, and ultimately we were not able to sustain it, we were not able to replicate it. So people should be able to pay for a great social movement. And for that, we have to make people understand, we have to make people realize that after all, this is something for you, for your development and by you. Don't expect every social movement to be supported by government. People should come forward, support social movement, support social cause, and take up social initiative as their initiative. People should keep forward, keep supporting them. Then only these great initiatives will succeed and survive. So society should appreciate great social initiatives, great social movement, and should extend full support. Then only these technologies would reach out to common people and they will become self-sustaining. Otherwise, what will happen? A great social entrepreneur comes, introduces new idea, and ultimately the idea withers. So these are the TRL levels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which all of you are familiar. And we are talking about these TRLs these days. Like initially at the TRL1 level, the first level, the basic level, there is just a basic principle that principle is there. That principle has to be translated into a real technology, a new technology. And that new technology has to be tried out, right? Proof of concept has to be developed. People have to check it out in laboratories context or in later on in real life context. And if the benefits are demonstrated, the prototype is ready, people are willing to accept the new technology, people are willing to adopt the new technology, it is environment ready, it is useful in the modern environment, people are able to adopt and love it, then you can develop complete system, you can share that system, and you can demonstrate the system, and then ultimately TRL9, when it is fully introduced, integrated, adopted, absorbed, and supported by the community and everyone. That is TRL9 level. So from TRL1 to TRL9, this is a journey which may take short time or take long time, but this journey is going to help in the transformation of the society and transformation of people. Next slide. I have discussed that TRL and society readiness, both the things should go together. These are the 9 levels of the TRL, which I again revise here. The first TRL level is what we call as basic principle, basic concept, right? When Ajit Foundation's Dr. Vikram was thinking, can we use software to undertake rain harvesting in villages? That was just a conceptual level. Then an idea. Then he prepared it in the form of concept, discussed it with everybody, prepared an experimental version, developed it, then tried it, validated it, got others to try it out in laboratory context, got it validated, then got it validated in environment in 1 or 2 villages. He found, yes, it is good. Then he prepared a demonstrable software and uploaded it on Ajit Foundation's website and shared it with outside world. And then people started trying it out. They also started using it. They started demonstrating it. Then they started sharing this technology with everybody. They started appreciating it. And soon this technology was adopted all over the world for rainwater harvesting. It was a great social initiative, but people did not pay for it. It was, freely shared with everybody. Had some little bit of payment been involved, then this would have continued as a sustainable movement. And the second version, third version, fourth version of rain harvesting software would have been developed by now. But that's what I said. We have to make society ready to adopt technology, to pay for it, to love this new technology for social development, to replace the old technology with the new technology, keeping in mind that it doesn't cause any harm to the environment. It helps the society, it helps the environment, it helps the world at large. It doesn't cause any harm to anybody. These are the how people should really adopt the new technology, absorb it, and spread it. Right. So TRL 9 is the last stage, which is actual system adoption. I'll briefly compare society readiness and technology readiness level, because society readiness level is very, very important. Then only TRL will succeed. Last slide, please. So here I'm comparing SRL, society readiness level, which is key to TRL. Society readiness levels points are also 9 points, which if the society is willing to adopt and absorb, then only great social innovations will happen. Social innovation will succeed and thrive only if there is society readiness level. Again, society readiness level is same as TRL level. TRL 1 is on just understanding basic principle. So is the case with SRL 1, understanding societal problem well. Then TRL 2 is about concept development. SRL 2 is identifying the problem, concretizing them, specifying them very clearly. Then SRL 3 is testing the proposed solution. SRL first is for TRL 3 is experimental proof that yes, this is going to work, right? For example, the Ajit Foundation was able to prove and develop a proof that yes, this software was able to prepare the right kind of pond sizes so that the village is able to sustain itself through rainwater harvesting. So the SRL for that is testing proposed solution, and SRL 4 is problem validation, wherein the problem and its solution is validated through a pilot test. SRL 5 is proposed solution is properly validated. SRL 6 is solution validation completely. Then SRL 7 is refinement of the solution based on the feedback of the society. SRL 8 is societal adaptation, when people really start absorbing it, using it in their day-to-day life and sharing it with others. And SRL 9 is complete solution, well establishment, problem is solved by people's involvement, and people they use it widely and share it with others. So this SRL is also proposed similar to TRL. It is just parallel to TRL, because technologies have to be understood and adopted and absorbed by the society. Society should be ready to understand, adopt, and popularize, and even pay for the new technologies, so that these technologies can play an important role in our society's transformation. Next slide. So this is the summary of our entire discussion. The ultimate goal of a social entrepreneur or social innovator is social impact, social development, society's transformation. And this transformation can be faster through using innovation, using latest technology, or using old technology with modification in the present day context. Yeah, I mean, even if you use old technology, after modifying it, it becomes an innovation. So innovation is key. For example, Ajit Foundation did not use latest technology. They went for Tanga, which is old technology, but they appreciated the Tanga. Tanga was appreciated by everyone because it was not polluting. It was not causing any noise. It was not causing any loss to environment. So this showed the philosophy of Ajit Foundation, and they adapted it. The Tangas, the vehicle system was adapted. It was such a way adaptation that the library, mobile library was visible. Everybody was able to see that yes, a moving library is there. It is inviting everybody to come and start reading. So society's involvement is important. How do you ensure that the society is able to involve with the new technology, adopt itself? I mean, new technology or innovation, whatever it is. Then social engagement is important. If people are involved, participating, and they are able to share the technology or its benefits with others, that is crucial. Then only the social transformation would happen. And ultimately, when masses are involved, When everybody is able to use the technology, then real transformation takes place, right? And then that is what we can see in the case of Barefoot College. There, they have made solar light so simple, so easy to understand, and it has been adopted by everyone. Illiterate ladies have learned it and adopted it, and they are spreading it with everyone. That is the key. So when you make technology available to everyone for massive use, simplifying it and making sure it really benefits the common people, that is the goal that social entrepreneurs are working for. Then making demonstration of the new technology. The new technology should be demonstrable, should be usable, should be adoptable by everyone, so that everyone can use and demonstrate it. Next. Thank you. I tried to give a presentation on this theme. I now welcome your questions, the suggestions. I will not say questions, I would rather invite suggestions, experiences. If you have been involved in any social venture, in any social innovation, please do share, because my passion is social innovation. I'm not discussed about commercial technologies. I've discussed with social impact technologies, social impact innovations, because throughout my life, I worked with social innovators, and I have always talked about social innovations, social development, social entrepreneurship, and therefore I invite you also to share your experiences as social innovators, how you are willing to transform our society, develop our society, and help the society in overcoming its problems. So welcome your suggestions.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, this side Achal. So my question to you is, what is the main thing required for social acceptance?
Wonderful question. You are asking what should we do to ensure social acceptance,
Yeah.
social involvement, and mass absorption of the technological advances, innovations. This question I would like to put back to you. In your opinion, what should be done so that a social entrepreneur is able to spread the technology, is able to see that people are able to absorb the social innovation? What should be done? This is the question that I would like to throw back to you, because I have seen different social entrepreneurs use different type of tools and techniques for creating desired social impact and social engagement. For example, Lokayan use social media and involve people in sharing the uh, folk music of Rajasthan through Rajasthan Kabir Yatra, and they were very successful. And through their initiative, today the Rajasthan's folk music has become very popular. Similarly, I have shared with you the case of Seva and other such impact-making organization, Barefoot College. They have not used social media, but they have simplified the technology so much. Like if you go to Barefoot College, you will yourself think that solar pump is very easy to make, and you would like to learn it yourself. You will like to prepare some solar lights yourself, because they make the technology simple, they demonstrate the technology, they make the people try their hands on technology, and this is how they are able to make the technology for masses. The technology is easily adopted and absorbed by masses. I do not know whether I have answered your questions or not, but I've just shared my observation. You are also invited to share your thoughts about how a social innovator can make the technology accessible to masses. Yes, any other questions or suggestions?
Yes, any more questions, students? Any questions? Anything you want to ask, sir? Yes, Achal. You got the answer to your question? Okay. Any more questions, dear students and teachers?
I request the students, them think about social innovations, think about becoming social entrepreneurship, because every day we are talking about commercial sector entrepreneurship, and probably most of these students might also be thinking about that line. But I'll request them, be social entrepreneurs. We have plenty of problems in our society, and each of these problems have to be addressed by us. I mean, government cannot come and solve these problems. Government has been found to be very inefficient administrator, innovator. Government cannot be an innovator in any case. I would invite you people, all of you, to pick up one problem and start working on it and bring out innovative solutions. Used some technological innovation or adaptation of an old technology to ensure that you are able to hit the problem and bring this problem to zero through involvement and mass participation. So I'll request all of you, be social innovator, be a social entrepreneur, and spread awareness among people about social innovations and social entrepreneurship. If every one of you becomes social entrepreneur, if every one of you becomes a social innovator, I will be very happy. And that day we will be, able to transform our country into a heaven, because many of these problems can easily be solved. These problems that we are facing in our society can easily be solved if somebody comes forward with responsibility, if somebody comes forward with some social innovation and starts sharing that innovation, making people understand the value of that innovation. And slowly, that innovation can help. This is what we have seen, the great contribution of Seva, Awaj, Barefoot College, Ajit Foundation, or Amalda Organic. These examples I've shared with you with this purpose only, that tomorrow you should also become a social innovator and a social entrepreneur, and be patient in developing technology, involve people, demonstrate the technology, and slowly ensure that your technology is such which can be tried by everyone. And it is so simple that everyone can understand this technology, use this technology, absorb the technology, and share it with others. That is the ultimate goal. And these great initiatives cannot be done by government. These can be done by only people like you who are really passionate to spread innovations, right? I always appreciate social innovators because they are able to achieve the society's goal. Spreading new technology with the farmers is our goal. The government is trying for it, but government's task has its own limitation. Why not you come forward? Take lessons from Amalda Organics, who are trying to spread latest agriculture technology using videos, small videos, and other technological tools, and enabling women in villages to learn new technologies of agriculture and increase their income by adopting latest agricultural methods. And these are great initiatives. Using technology, you are able to enable people to transform themselves. I thank the organizing team for giving me a wonderful opportunity of speaking on such an important topic. And I thank everyone, every participant from the core of my heart. It has been a great day for me. It has been a great session. You people have participated so well. Thank you, everyone, from the core of my heart.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Uh, I appreciate the effort that you have taken to share your views, the various innovations, various examples. Sir has thrown the light on the various startups and the expertise through various case studies that is just discussed by sir. Then I like the example that mobile library sir has emphasizing and explaining it in all aspects, in all ways. Then I also like the social impact projects that sir has shared along with the technology readiness levels and societal readiness levels. So I should thank sir and the entire all participants, all teachers and students, those who are listening to this session for 1 hour. I should also thank to our management and our uh, principal sir for allowing us to arrange such a session. And last but not the least, I should thank the sir, Trilok sir, so that we'll like to have more sessions from sir in the future as well. So thank you
Thank
for
you so much.
accepting our invitation within a short period of time and delivering such a wonderful session and throwing the light on the societal innovation that we like the most. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So,
Thank
dear
you.
participants, please feel the feedback that I shared with you. And if queries you have any other queries, you can just post it in the chat box. So please fill the feedback link that is shared in the chat box, everyone. Okay, so you can leave the session, everyone. I will declare the end of the session. If there are no queries, no messages in the chat box.